Hey, and welcome to my channel. I am Carmen Chloe of RedefiningWidowhood.com. I am a two-time self-published author. I'm a certified life coach, and I am also a book publishing consultant. And if you can't tell by the name of my channel and the video topics, I am also an advocate for widows. So, a little bit about me. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a 2-year update. Life as a young widow. 2 years later, I'm going to be doing a 2-year update on my journey through widowhood. So just stating the obvious, I am a widowed mom of 2. I have been widowed for 2 years. December 16, 2020 made exactly 2 years that I've been on this journey of widowhood. And I always say that widowhood is a sacred sisterhood sorority that none of us chose to pledge in or be a part of. So in today's video, I want to reflect on where I was when I initially became widowed 2 years ago versus where I'm at now. And I hope this video serves as inspiration and encouragement for any new widow, any young widow, any widowed mom that may come across this video. So initially, when my husband passed away, my children and I went through major transitions initially following the death of my late husband. And I talk about that in detail, like all of the transitions that we went through and how I kind of bounced back from all of that. I talk about that in my book, From Chaos to Clarity. So due to all of the transitions that we went through, I was in survival mode, and grieving was the last thing on my mind when my husband initially passed away. So initially, like when it first happened, those first days, weeks, months, leading into me becoming suddenly widowed, I was dazed, I was confused, I was extremely fragile. I was fragile physically as well as emotionally and spiritually. I was numb. I was going through the motions. It was like God was just kind of carrying me along on the journey. It was almost like I was watching someone else walk out this journey, like on a Lifetime movie or something. It didn't seem like my real life. And it wasn't until 3 months after my late husband's death that I was able to come out of survival mode and actually take time to grieve. Like I was finally able to grieve because I no longer had to worry about certain things. Because remember, I said we went through major transitions. So when I was able to grieve 3 months later, it was at a point in time in the journey where I didn't have to worry about things like, where are my children and I going to live? What state are we going to reside in? How are we going to get our own car? Do I need to hurry up and find a job and forego processing the grieving and healing process? Or do I take time out to figure life out? So year 1 for me was all about grieving. It was all about processing what had happened. It was all about taking time to sit still and to actually breathe. And again, it wasn't until he died in December, and then it wasn't until that following March where we were settled and where we were living at, where I could actually sit down and process everything that happened. And I had a chance to sit in that grief, which it was extremely painful. I didn't want to do it, but it's something that I knew I needed to do. So in year 1 in 2019, I grieved. I started this YouTube channel, and it was a way for me to vent. It was a way for me to express what I was going through because I didn't see a space that fit my particular journey of widowhood. So I created that space. So when I initially started this channel, it was for me to vent. It was for me to document the journey. It ended up being very therapeutic for me. Like on some of the earlier videos, you'll see like in the middle of the video, I may break down crying, and just the videos, they were so rough and they were so raw, but they were relatable to this journey, especially in the beginning. And the channel, it allowed me to grieve while also helping other women on this journey grieve as well. So in 2019, in addition to the YouTube channel, I also created a safe space called Single Married Widow, which is what this channel used to be called before I revamped the name to Redefining Widowhood. So year 2, which was 2020, it was all about healing. It was all about taking time to rediscover who I had become in the aftermath of everything, and really reflecting on what I wanted to do and what I wanted to accomplish moving forward. So in year 2020, I healed. I became a certified life coach because I always felt called to women. In past seasons, I was called to women in a different capacity. However, in this most recent season, I'm called to women who are going through this journey, women who are trying to figure out life, women who have experienced great grief and great transitions in their life. I also, last year in 2020, I self-published my second book, which is specifically for widows. It's called From Chaos to Clarity: How His Death Birthed Her Purpose. So that's something that I did last year while I was healing, and the book was extremely therapeutic. There were parts of the book where I sat down to write, and I had to relive some of the things that I went through, and it was sad, and I cried, and I went through all of the emotions, but it was necessary. And then last year in 2020, I truly learned that it was okay to simply be. Like, I didn't have to always be doing something or creating something or working on being better or trying not to think about this or trying not to do this. I learned that it was okay to simply be. Okay? 2020 was a very peculiar year for everybody. So on top of going through this journey and then going through 2020, I just really had to let myself know that it's okay to simply be. If you don't create anything, only by the grace of God, I was able to become a certified life coach and also able to actually birth out another book. So now, as I embark on walking out year 3, 2021, my intention is to truly live again, to live out the plans and purposes that God has for my life, to live out my assignment by helping other widowed moms to grieve, to heal, and to live again, whether it be through my YouTube videos, whether it be through my weekly email mentoring, whether it be through my actual coaching program. And also to live out my calling by operating and growing to the potential of who God truly called me to be, which I got a deeper revelation on that throughout that journey, which it may sound strange, but after all the things that I went through and just my relationship with God, and I know a lot of people talk about God. People have different beliefs on God and spirituality. But when I say God, I mean the triune God, God the Father, Jesus the Christ, and the Holy Spirit. That's who my God is. That's who my God was before all of this happened. That's the God who got me through my journey. So that's what I mean by my God. And I've gotten deeper revelation on who he called me to be throughout all of this. So if you're watching this video and you're new to this journey, or you're in the thick of it, or you're having a hard time at certain junctures of this journey, allow me to encourage you and to let you know that you will heal and you will live again if that's what you want to do. So don't give up, don't quit, don't simply exist as if you died with your husband, because you did not. You still have life and breath in your body. I know some days and some moments are especially tough and rougher than others, but if you hold on and if you get back up after having those moments where grief overtakes you and the tears overtake you and the sadness overtake you, I promise you that it will get better. I am a living testimony that it will get better. It can get better. And not only can you grieve and can you heal, but you can also live again. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you got something from the video. If you would like to receive weekly mentoring from me via email, I want you to visit www.redefiningwidowhood.com. The link is in the description section, and I want you to get connected with me. Drop me a comment, ask me any questions. I look forward to connecting with you, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.